Alright, okay, so I don't know how this is going to go. I'm probably going to hate them and delete them after a short amount of time. But the whole point of these videos is to help you to compose. And we're going to start off dead basic, and we're going to get more complicated as it goes through. And I'm going to aim to keep them just to around about 5 minutes long. No more than 10 definitely, but around about 5 minutes. Now, I don't know how much it's coming through on the camera, but these are going to be going up on the wall. These are just little jigsaws just to help you know what all the different areas of composing. And this is a really basic one, and we're going to go through harder ones as well. And for this video, I'm just going to focus on this one's blue square, which is to compose simple rhythmic patterns using Minims, Crotchets and Quavers. Okay, next slide. Alright, so you would have seen these symbols before. These are rhythmic symbols, and what they tell us is how long a particular note is, or a duration in between different notes. And what we're really talking about here for now is just duration. So the minim is our longest note that's on the board here. Our crotchet is our next shortest, sorry. These pair of quavers are again our next shortest, then we've got 4 semiquavers together. The 4 semiquavers, the 2 quavers and the 1 crotchet just last for 1 beat for now, and the minims last for 2 beats. And you'll see there's a little bit of a way of remembering how the order goes, because we add something to each symbol each time. So for instance, with the minim, it's a circle that's not filled in with a stick, and then we've got a crotchet, the circle's been filled in and it's got a stick. Then we've still got the filled in circle, the filled in blobs with the sticks, but it's got a line across it, and then we've got filled in blobs with a stick, but we've got 2 lines, 2 beams going across it. Now, it's really useful for you to know the names of these things, but what would be even more useful is if you just have a little bit of a way to remember what it is. So can we just go to the next slide? This is something that I just employ here, okay? So if you think about it of saying rhythms, if we think of a minim as a da, a crotchet as a do day, it's just as you see it, and finally a digger. So for instance, if we're just doing das, it's just a da, 2, da, 2, da, 2. There's just a bit of a gap in between it. Quite a long duration in between each time I hit the drum. For do's, we're doing it every beat. Do. And for do days, we've got them 2 to a beat. Do day. And for diggers, it's 4 to a beat. Now, I'm just going to do a little bit of a thing if we just go through it next. Next slide. You'll just see how much that as we move down and we go through these durations, how many more we've got per beat. And what we're just going to do with my wonderful audience here, we're just going to have a bit of participation where we're just going to start. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by beating out das, and then we're going to move on to beating out do's. Some of us do's across das, and then finally do days and do's and das together, and then finally, diggers with do days, do's and das. So, here we go, everybody, after 4, doing das. Remember, they're just on the beat 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. Let's just remember, we've got the gap in the middle, so if you're not sure, move your hand to one side. Das, they last for 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's better. Okay, so we have U3. You're going to start doing do's across the after 4. 1, 2, 4. Good. And now I'm going to ask you guys there to do do days. Keep it together. Do after 4 do days. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now bring the diggers. You will notice, here's the thing, it's a real choice about what you're doing. If you're going to compose something that's very relaxed and very leisurely or very sad, then probably you want to stick with these longer durations that are here at the top of the board. Whereas if you want to compose a piece that's got lots of energy in it, that's got lots of energy and is really fast paced, you are going to want to pick some of these shorter notes here. It's just something to think about in terms of making decisions.